Ash's face when he took the catch in. He was like, oh, thank God for that. I might have said something else, actually.
I wasn't looking at his face, I was looking at his hands. I just don't think that's a very good way to catch ball.
No, it was pretty solid. Didn't look like dropping it.
No, but
it got a bit low. Let it get a bit low.
Fingers pointing up, I reckon. You just don't do that unless you really have to. I'd much rather go with the cup, underneath.
I like the fingers up. If you're underneath it, it's... You're really going to drop
I thought you just like the outstretched one where you took it in one end and caught it in the other sort of thing.
I just sort of flicked it across, but yeah, don't worry, I dropped plenty of sitters, and I never drop one fingers up, always drop them. So, no, you don't want to drop it in this situation, do you?
No,
in the big games, in the pressure moments.
So, the new batsman is Kumar. And Rohit Sharma, who has been there since the outset. He was there to see the 3 wickets fall for 4. Now we've seen the rest of them tumble as well. He's on strike at the moment. In comes Richardson, bowls to Sharma. Sharma gets a short ball that he stands up on and just punches out the deep point, or deep cover really, and he picks up 1. So India now 6 for 214. That's on the Specsavers scoreboard, and we've got 6 overs and 4 balls remaining. 75 off 34.
Yeah, it's a good result. Single, get Sharma off strike.
Bhuvaneshwar can play. He's not a bad bat, but I mean it's a big task. Sharma's going to have to do the bulk of the lifting.
Especially when this bloke's bowling straight and fast. In comes Richardson, bowls to Kumar, who gets an attempted Yorker. He digs it out. Gee, that's not a bad nut to get first up.
No, he's been very impressive, Jai Richardson.
Straight at the Sanju crusher first up, and he's coming in number 8. There's a lot of number 11s that would be on their way by now.
He's got a bit of the Dale Steyn crazy eyes about him. Jai Richardson, that is.
You reckon?
Not quite Dale Steyn, but...
Richardson on his way, bowls to Kumar, to give himself a bit of room, crowd catch, and then almost a run out at the non-striker's end, and then almost a double play. I thought we were watching baseball for a minute then. There was a bump ball to cover. The cover fieldsman Finch had a shot at the non-striker's end. Sharma was back, and then I think it's Maxwell, isn't it, that mid-on. He decided to have a shot then at the striker's end, and it wasn't. It was just one of those great bits of the baseball that sometimes comes into the game of cricket.
Don't worry, Sharma there ended up over the top of the stumps and stumps everywhere, so...
Finch had hit the stumps, he was out.
He missed. Wouldn't have hit another set on top of it, I don't think.
Well, so the crowd thought it was a catch. It wasn't. It was a bump ball. So he did well to gather that in. Then have a shot at the stumps, and then Maxwell decided the last minute, well, maybe Kumar's out of his crease at the striker's end. I'll send it back to Carey. In comes Richardson, bowls to Kumar, who gets a short ball and a slower ball bumper. That's a good ball. 105.3 k's an hour.
That was slow.
Well bowled.
Try to see the Spineless replay to see how he bowls that one.
That was amazing, because watching it from here, it was deceiving, wasn't it?
Out of the back of the hand, just turn the hand over the top of the hand, facing the batsman.
He was through it way too early.
He waits again, Kumar. Waits for Richardson, and he gets another short delivery that he tried to get out of the road of. There was even a hint that he went very close to getting a bottom edge on it. First bounce to Care at the end of the over. Great over from Richardson. 9 overs he's bowled. 4 for 22, thank you very much. Specsavers scoreboard, 6 for 214.
Come on, get on the phone now.
What's the number?
131283.
Very good. What's the email address?
Macquariemedia.com.au.
Oh, thank you. Give out my personal email address. Thank you very much.
Bombard him, everyone.
You think that's funny, do you? You just give out to our hundreds and thousands of listeners my personal email address.
Breakfast with Mark Levy and Mark Riddell.
Grab your phone, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes Piggy's mobile.
Back in 2019 on Macquarie Sports Radio.
04.
So don't forget, also coming up tonight, we have the cricket show with Julian King and Ian Chappell on Macquarie Sports Radio. And their special guest is none other than Dougie Walters. And 6PR Saturday nights with Tony McManus. Our 6PR listeners. So plenty to come this evening sports-wise and entertainment-wise on the Macquarie Network, and the Stoinis is continuing. Comes in, bowls to Rohit Sharma. A ball of full length that Sharma tries to heave away on the onside. They've got one, and very quickly they've pounced on it to make sure there's not a two. It has to be Maxwell. Yeah, just the way he picks the ball up and heaves it. You a couple of weeks ago said he can't keep doing that with his arm. It'll go on him one day.
What was it?
It's the way he just always heaves it in.
No, more the fact that he throws...
the sidearm one.
You want to be keeping the elbow above the shoulder as much as possible. I mean, sometimes you don't, but you know, when you've got to throw from down low and throw side on, but if you're throwing from the boundary, you better get the elbow up above the shoulder, otherwise sooner or later you're going to have arm troubles. They've just measured that hit of Rohit Sharma's. That went further than Stoinis's. His went 106 metres, Stoinis 103. We've just had confirmed for us, Darren Lehman was here when Mark Waugh hit that clock. Off Peter Sleep, Darren says.
Certainly woke those up on the top deck and the members stand that day sleepy. In comes Stoinis and bowls at Sharma. A slower ball that's hit in the air. It'll bounce at least twice before it gets to Khawaja at long on. And only one run. Sharma's on 129. Kumar is on 1. 6 for 216. We've got 28 balls left, which of course is 4 overs and 4 balls. The target is 289. 73 off 28.
There's going to need to be a few sixes hit very quickly. I think Sharma might be running out of energy a bit too.
Sharma on strike. There's a wide ball from Stoinis. That's well wide of Sharma. That was an attempt at full ball. I think I might have had Sharma on strike the ball before, but it's Kumar. I just saw the 5 on the back of the and just looked around, and they're both right-handers, but one's got 45, one's got 15, but in the thick of the action when you're watching them run.
When you start to get a bit tired, that's when you start to try and hit them harder, and that's when you don't time them so well.
Stoinis bowls, and a ball of full length is hit down the ground over the head of the man fielding just on the edge of the circle at mid-off for 4.
And Stoinis going for the wide Yorker, but he's bowling full tosses, reasonable full tosses. Just needs to get that length right.
Richardson, the man inside the circle as he was then at mid-off, I think he's now been told to go back to long off. So we've got a long off, a long on. We've got Maxwell out there on the join between the members and the ladies, and a backward square leg. So there's plenty of open space on the onside to take twos. But they need more than that. Sharma waits. Ball of... There he is. It's hit hard and high in the air. Maxwell coming in. Should take the catch. And does take the catch. That's the end of Sharma. He's out-caught Maxwell off the bowling of Stoinis for 133. And India loses its 7th wicket. And more importantly, methinks India loses its battle to win the game.
Yep, he was a weary player in the end, as you would expect, having been out there right from the start. Valiant attempt from Rohit Sharma. How many centuries now? 22, is it?
Oh, it's amazing.
That's a lot of centuries in one-day cricket. Terrific knock.
Yeah, no, big knock there. Slower ball by Stoinis and just mistimed it straight up. So that's the end of Sharma, and you would say the end of India.
There's a lot of people leaving with Indian flags.
133 from 129. So what was he? 0.
He was 0 when the 3rd wicket fell. 3 for 4.
And it was about 15 or 16 balls.
17 balls I think he faced
right.
before he got that no ball that he got a free hit off.
Just shows you how he can catch up later in the innings.
But it was a great innings in the fact that he had to stay in, keep the scoreboard ticking. It's a great way to show you that you can play 50 over cricket and still give yourself a chance despite losing wickets.
And look at the exodus of the crowd.
Yeah, I think they're
all going now.
The Indian part of the crowd. Oh, sorry, that is most of the crowd, isn't it? You're right. Gee, there's a lot leaving. Well, it's been a fascinating duel. Of course, the next game's in Adelaide. The final game's in Melbourne.
Beat the traffic, that's what they're thinking.
Well, they are the traffic.
Stoinis in, bowls, and the next delivery is hit straight down the ground. Will it carry to Khawaja? No. If it did, he got to it and dropped it, but I think it did fall just short of him, and as a result, it's 2 runs to Kumar. And he's done. Has he done his right hamstring? Has he got a twinge here? Yeah. Kawajaran coming in, he's got a little twinge higher underneath the backside. That's where he was holding it anyway.
Yeah, just cramped by looks of things. Maybe should have just dived forward rather than sort of slide into that. But
he did get fingers on it.
Did get to it.
Only just, but then he got up and all of a sudden there was a twinge. So I hope for his sake it's a cramp, because he's had some leg troubles. In comes Stoinis, bowls to Kumar. Kumar runs across towards point, exposed all three stumps and then didn't make contact with the ball, and the ball went past the off stump through to the wicket-keeper at the end of the over. We've got 4 overs to go. India needs 66 to win, and the Specsavers scoreboard reads 7 for 223. We'll be back shortly.
It's called letting go. Our lives become so full, we don't have room for all the things we love. Well, at Flower Power, we do it too. And right now, we're letting go a huge range of plants at up to 50% off. And there's 20 to 50% off all native plants, all climbers, all cottage plants, all camellias, all succulents. And 20% off all herbs and all veggie and flowering seedlings. The Flower Power clearance sale. We're letting go, you're getting a new garden. Flower Power, the garden people.
And welcome back to Macquarie Sports Radio's Summer of Cricket. Darren Lehman and Ian Chappell alongside me, David Morrow, in the broadcast box. And at the moment, it's 7 for 223 India. There's 24 balls left, 4 overs to go. And the target's 289. And one of the men of the match, if not the man of the match, is bowling. Richardson, 4 for 22 off 9. He comes in, he bowls, and the ball is worked away by the Yadav out towards the man in the deep. And he picks up 1. It's been a great bowling performance. 4 for 23 off 9.1.
It's been very good the way he's gone about it. Swung the ball early, which is what you needed, and they needed to get early wickets, and he got 2, and Berenov's got 1 at 3 for 4. And India have done pretty well to get the 250 in the end. Or what are they now? 2? They should get the 250.
As Richardson's on his way again, bowling to Kumar, and Kumar gets a ball that he just smashes down the ground. Didn't get all of it though. The ball will just fall between, or finish up rolling along the ground between the long on and the long off, and you'll get 1.
I think someone